are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven.
Good New Year's? Yeah, all right. Solid. Good. Good. I did too. You know, it's funny. I met up with an old friend of mine at a bar in State Center, and he does magic too. He's been doing it longer than I have. He does it professionally. He's also a hypnotist, so that's kind of cool. I said, so what have you been up to? And I noticed something right away. Like, he used to wear really bright clothes, and he was wearing a lot more dark clothes. And I was like, so what you been up to? He goes, well, I've added some mysticism to my show. I said, really? He's like, yeah, are you familiar with Haitian Voodoo or Louisiana Voodoo at all? And I'm like, a little bit. And he said, well, he goes, I'm going this summer to Louisiana to become a Bokor. Now, anybody know what that means? Okay. A Bokor is a male witch doctor. He's going to literally give up stage performance of magic and become a full-time voodooist. Wow. So I was like, what inspired that change? What is it that made you go from that? Because he wasn't a guy of faith anyway. And he said, well, he goes, I had a mamba, which is a female witch doctor. I had her bless some of my props, and I started having things happen that I really couldn't explain. Really? Like what? I said, actually, no, don't even tell me. Why don't you do this? Why don't you bless one of my decks? And I happen to have this deck with me. And he said, here, why don't you shuffle that for me, will you? So I said, why don't you bless one of my decks? And he said, I'd love to. But if I do, you have to understand it's not your deck anymore. I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, at that point, it's Samidi's deck. I said, Samedi, what's a Samedi? Well, he explained to me. Voodoo is a mix between the African religion of Hoodoo and the worldwide religion of Catholicism. In fact, most Buddhists who are pure Buddhists go to Mass every Sunday. They're that devout of Christians, of Catholics, okay? But they also have the other side of it, right? Baron Samedi is the Loa, which means spirit, of drinking, partying, smoking, sex, debauchery in general, and death. Now, you don't know this, but you know who Baron Samedi is. You know in Mardi Gras, when they show Mardi Gras and stuff, there's always the guy who has a skull face, and he's got the top hat, and he looks really, really cool, right? That's Baron Samedi. They're all doing that it's a Baron Samedi thing, right? He's probably the most well-known Loa. Why don't you let him shuffle it up a little bit? So he explained that that's who I would be doing this with. So what he did, and I'm going to try and replicate this today. What he did was he took my deck of cards, and I don't have the snake skin, so I can't do it, but he pulled out some tissue paper with snake skin, and it wasn't like dry, crispy snake skin, it was pliable. So he must have put some kind of oil on it, because it was almost rubbery, but I could tell it was real. And he wraps it around the deck, and he pulls out a candle like this. This is a tea light candle, you can get it from Walmart or whatever. And as he lights it, I'm getting creeped out. As he lights it, he puts it on my deck, which is wrapped in snakeskin, and he starts chanting, and his eyes kind of roll back a little bit. And we're in a bar, okay? It's not like we're just in an intimate situation where it's the two of us. My wife, like, we're all there, right? So people start coming around because it looks like he's doing a magic trick. And what they don't realize is he's doing something really, really weird. So, go ahead and let him shuffle if you want to. I'm going to let you guys all shuffle it a little bit. So, he explains to me the principle of sacrifice. With sacrifice, you think like, when you think voodoo sacrifice, it's slaughtering chickens and things. That's what people usually think, right? Well, that's not the case. Sacrifice means to change something in a way that it can't be changed back. So in other words, he took a piece of paper, he wrote the word Samedi, and he burned it. And as it burned, he used the candle to burn it. As he burned it, let the ashes fall on my deck of cards, and then he picked one up and he made a cross on my hand. He said, you are now forever connected to this deck of cards and Samedi. The thing about Samedi is every time that you speak his name, you summon him. And every time that you summon him, he gets stronger. So, I was a little weirded out at that point. He did some things that really creeped me out. So, I'm actually going to, while you're still shuffling, see if I can't. This is my quant book. I probably shouldn't tear out anything that I really actually need, huh? There we go. That'll work. We're going to use that. All right. You've shuffled it, you've shuffled it, you've shuffled it.
Yes, sir.
Just to make this as fair as possible, put the whole deck down, cut it once, and pretty thick if you can. There you go. Now you cut it. The next one, yep. Now you cut it. All right. Now each of you stack it back up till we have one deck. Apparently, lighting a candle is also a sacrifice. When you light a candle, the wick is forever changed. It can't go back. When you burn a piece of paper, you can't unburn that paper. I don't care what magicians show you. That's sleight of hand. When you burn a piece of paper and then make it magically be restored, it's a different piece of paper. There are laws of physics. Now, you guys, is everything fair so far? I haven't touched the deck other than when I just moved it now, right? Okay. Just to be safe, because some people might say I palmed the card and put it on top, why don't you go ahead and cut it once and make sure there's a different card on top. Okay? Could this possibly be any more random?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Now, go ahead and put it back in here. Now, the thing about this trick is that every time I do it, I feel weird. So the first thing we do is, without the words, we summon him. And that involves lighting a candle. Wouldn't it be something if we set off a smoke alarm or something? All right. My hands are shaking. I'm so freaked out right now. And the next thing we do is, this is so weird. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to take, I have a marker, I think. And I want each of you guys to participate in this in some way. Anybody have any spiritual reasons that they shouldn't do that? Okay.
I probably shouldn't.
Okay, so that's fair. And I respect the hell out of that. So, S-A-M-E-D-I, 6 letters. I want you to write S-A-M. I want you to write E-D-I on this. Okay, now the idea here is that we are going to use the ashes. I'm not going to ask any of you guys to do this. I'm going to do it. We're going to use the ashes. And we should, hypothetically, get some kind of sign. Now, I don't think that'll... Jesus. Okay, that's not happened before. That's weird. Okay. So let's do this. Now, I explained before that there's an app on my phone that generates a random card, and I showed you guys how it does it, right?
Yeah.
All I do is have to rub it off. You guys can see, what is this?
Queen of Clubs. Yeah.
Okay. Pull the deck out, and let's flip the very top card. There's no ashes anywhere. Queen of Clubs. Now, that's weird. Let's do it again. All right. Go ahead, and do you want to cut it, or do you want to pick a card? What do you want to do? You are in control here.
We'll cut it.
Go ahead and cut it once. Let's take the queen out. We don't need it, so we'll just leave it out. Okay, go ahead and put that on top. Back in the box. Now, this is not something that I recommend people doing at home. The fire thing is creepy, but it also can be dangerous. I should probably say that since this is going on YouTube. Now, so far, everything's been fair. You've been the one to do literally everything, okay? This time we have another face card. What is it?
King of Spades.
Go ahead and show me the top card. King of Spades. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The reason that I didn't freak out so much when I was saying his name so many times before, I said when you say it, you summon him, right? Is that it's really easy to release him. If you blow out the fire, it's a message saying that he's not needed anymore. There's splattered wax everywhere. Okay, so to prove that he's no longer with us, the idea is he's supposed to be gone now.
Right.
Go ahead and shuffle it up. We won't even put it in the box. Just set it next to the thing. Okay. Now, anyone of you guys, since you didn't participate in the religious side, do you want to rub off the screen?
Sure.
See what we get? Okay, go ahead. What do you get?
Eight of clubs.
Go ahead and flip that card. The card is the 7 of clubs.
7 hearts.
Sorry, 7 hearts, thank you. 8 of clubs, 7 of hearts. Now, to show you that not even I can do it now, there it went. It was the 7 of diamonds. You guys saw it, right?
I saw it, yeah.
Okay, there it is, 7 of
Yep.
diamonds.
Mhm.
All right. 8 of hearts. So that, my friend, is what happens when you mix a little bit of spiritualism, friends, with cards. And these are the type of things that I am trying to aspire to do. I hope that I have made you guys think a little bit deeper about what art and magic and entertainment is. And I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. So thank you very much for helping me out here and agreeing to be on my YouTube channel. And that's what we have, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Cool.
Oh my gosh.
Very awesome.
Thank you.
Trick.